I traveled 4 continents, lived on 4 continents actually. Probably traveled about 35 countries. And so I've been documenting just my weird journey, traveling around the world, living a little bit of a different lifestyle, experimenting with different things in entrepreneurship. And I've managed to network with and become friends with a ton of fascinating people with lots of really good lessons and wisdom to share. And so the last 6 years I ended up creating an academy. And truth be told, it's not something that I originally set out to do. I originally started it with 2 partners and things went south. So I ended up having lots of business failures and betrayals and, all of the typical challenges one has when trying to build a business and live a different kind of life. Then all of a sudden I became a father. And my son was born actually when I was on the other side of the world. I was in Colombia in South America when my son was born in the Philippines. Long story, but it took me almost a year to fully wrap my head around that, to accept my responsibility as a father, and to make my way across the globe back to my partner and our son. Well, at the time we weren't partners, but it was a strange situation and we had to figure out what we were. So that was a long, rocky road, but in the end, it's the biggest blessing that I've ever had in my entire life. My son means the world to me, and though it terrified me at first, when I first found I might be a father, in the end, it's my favorite thing, my favorite thing. So now I'm trying to open up more, share a lot more honest, transparent about the difficult journeys that we go through in life. And strangely enough, once I made my way back across the world to Asia and became a dad, full-time dad and full-time entrepreneur, obviously I was juggling a lot of different responsibilities. And I know many of you are probably entrepreneurs as well, or you're trying to start up an online business. I know many of you probably have family you're responsible for, and just the regular day-to-day challenges and setbacks of living. This being a human is pretty awesome, but certainly isn't easy. So in becoming a father and fully accepting the responsibility that comes along with that, I grew a newfound passion for basically child development, psychology, and personal growth, personal development. And it led me back to things like Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, which is a framework you find in mythology, if you study that, which I did in university, strangely enough.